Welcome back to the Mountain Morning Show, where we're very happy to have the People's Health Clinic here. That means that Beth Armstrong is here, as well as Aimee Armour. Welcome both of you to the show.
Thank you.
Tremendous to have you here on a Wednesday morning, a hump day. But we're right on the cusp of one of the most important days for you guys. That's Thursdays now. You have a Thursday night program coming up, right? Am I right?
No, the Thursday night program was last week.
Oh, it was last week.
That's
okay.
right. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm good. Oh, it's coming up. What am I doing?
Yes.
No, yeah, we had Thursday night. We had a community meeting.
Oh, that's right.
At St. Luke's. Yes, and I actually asked Father Charles as I was walking out, how many people do you think showed up? And he looked around the room and he said, almost 400.
Really?
And that's his room, so I'm going to take his word for it.
Oh goodness, that's
no.
A lot
there
of
was
people.
a standing room only.
A lot of concern about what's going on out there.
It was packed. I mean, it was packed full of community members. I could not believe how many people were there. It was standing room only. People were lined up against the back. Everybody, all concerned community members, people who really wanted to know what was going on.
Yeah, talk about what was discussed and some of the, the understandings that were come to. I'm kind of curious about that a little bit.
Okay, well, we started out the evening with just on our panel was a member from the ACLU, a member from the Mexican Consulate, Justin Martinez, and Chief Wade Carpenter. And we had interpreter there. Diego interpreted from either the English to the Spanish or vice versa, whoever spoke first. And we had questions first posed to them. I came in with, I was the moderator,
right.
So I came in with questions in hand, and I let the audience know that until someone came up to the mic, because it took them a while to kind of warm up to the idea of coming up to the mic and asking questions. But once they started coming up, the line just formed. And most of the concern, both by Latinos and then the community partners, the non-Latinos, there was probably half and half in the room.
Wow. And
yeah, it was the most heartwarming thing I believe I've ever seen in Park City.
Wow, that's amazing. Some of the concerns, though, I'm sure were heartfelt. There's some real fear.
There is real fear in the community regarding ICE, the raids that happened the Friday before, so this Friday will make 2 weeks ago. And they came in and arrested 4 of our citizens in Park City, and that caused a lot of distress among the Hispanic population, and wondering what their rights were, where they could go, what they did, what could be done with the children of families that could possibly be round up. So we had a young girl get up and ask the question, what happens if I get home from school and my parents have been taken away?
Wow.
I mean, these are real fears.
It's hard to imagine that.
And it's hard to imagine that here in Park City, you know, because we're such a tight community that something like that could happen here. But it's happening everywhere, and so it was great that we had that meeting so that we could find out, what do we do?
Right.
And I think, not only the Hispanic population was concerned too, but the non-Hispanic population, what can we do to help?
One thing that I was kind of blown away by, I heard this the other day, that they're among the community advising each other to memorize phone numbers that they may need in the event that they are brought in, which is just, you don't think about that, but we have cell phones we rely on, and that's the first thing that's going to be taken out of your hand.
Right.
Some of those kinds of thoughts that one wouldn't, we don't think about
that. Right.
And all of a sudden now we have to.
Right, right.
Well, then it's interesting what you just said is now we have to. We don't really understand because you and I don't have to.
Yeah, we don't. No, that's exactly right. We don't.
That's not our concern, right?
Yeah.
But it is there now, every day, waking up concern, and try and imagine that.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, I wish we had more time to talk about that, certainly, because that's a subject we could probably do a whole program on. But as we close out, we've got just a couple of minutes here. Talk to me about the People's Health Clinic going forward and these issues and how one might navigate this future that we have.
So, well, the clinic, our mission is simple, to provide health care for the uninsured of Summit and Wasatch County. So this immigration is not what we do. However, we are going to be a place for a resource for information so that we can provide information. We're going to put it on our Facebook page, on our website. We'll have it at the clinic. So if someone has concerns or issues, they can contact People's Health. They can contact Holy Cross Ministries. They should contact the Christian Center. We're all going to have the same set of what do you do and information on immigration and where you can go to get help.
It seems the People's Health Clinic becomes, in many ways, a touch point for so much of our community, and especially the Latin community, and not just that, but also, of course, the changes to healthcare that are surely coming.
Truly.
So this will be another source of information, right. I'm sure, as we see those changes. You guys have already been kind of ahead of that a little bit, right. and continue to do so.
Thank you. Yeah.
Well, I want to thank
you
you so much.
Oh, wait, Aimee has, yes, she does.
I just wanted to tell you, I know it may seem like it's far out, but June really is, let's see, March, April, May. We're really only 3 months out from June. We have our Walk and Wine for women's health, and of course it's a fundraising event to raise money for the clinic so that we can serve more patients, but it's such a great event that promotes women's health.
So save the date.
Save the date, June 25th.
Okay.
Stein Erickson Lodge. Contact People's Health Clinic or myself there, and I can give anybody information about making donations or contributing in-kind donations.
And we've arranged our speaker for the event.
Yes.
Who's that?
Kathy Smith is going to come in. Yeah, she'll come in, and she has lots of fun things planned for the ladies. That it's going to be interactive.
Oh, I can hardly. This sounds really good. I'd like to say I can hardly wait, but as I'm not going to be invited. You're not invited. I know, but I wish I was going just the same. It would be so much fun. Thank you both so very much for being here, as always. The People's Health Clinic, and obviously a central point of some great information, both in regard to so many of the issues we see now with our Latin community, and their needs are so much different right now. And we obviously are kind of all right behind them. We've got their six. We got more right here on the Mountain Morning Show right after these messages.